But I thought the Carolina Hurricanes were going to win in 4. Whatever happened to that? Oh, it's gonna be Carolina mopping the floor with the Montreal Canadiens. But after Game 1 of their 2026 third round series, Montreal has the lead, baby. A 6-2 victory in game number 1. The Habs are rolling. They opened this game with 4 goals in the span of, what was the gosh darn number? Let's look. So, goal number 1 by Cole Caufield, 1 minute in. You have goal number 2 by Phillip Danault, 4 minutes and 4 seconds in. Texier makes it 3-1, 8 minutes in. Demidov, 11:32. That is 4 goals in 10 minutes on Frederik Andersen. A guy who, throughout the course of the first 2 series against Philadelphia and Ottawa, he shut out both of those teams in game 1. He let in 10 goals in 8 total games in those 2 series combined. And then he lets in 4 goals in 10 minutes to open up the Montreal Canadiens series. How incredible of a moment was this for the Habs? All the expectations are on this Carolina team that dominated their way through rounds 1 and 2, and everybody said, oh, it's just a matter of time before Montreal loses out to a much better and superior team in Carolina. But as we have been saying, there's something magical about this Montreal Canadiens team. And we saw that literally in the first minute of the hockey game. Now, things didn't start out all too well. A lot of Canadiens fans have been clamoring about the poor starts and the goals against in the opening few minutes, and that absolutely continued here to open up game number 1. Seth Jarvis scores, assisted by Andrei Svechnikov and Sebastian Aho. The puck gets rimmed around onto the hash marks there, and Jarvis just fires it right by Jakub Dobes. It's the first shot of the game. That's not the way you want to start things out. But literally seconds later, you see the Montreal Canadiens bounce back and set up Cole Caufield for his first goal of the series over here. It's Juraj Slafkovsky down low who throws it right out in front. The puck gets sent in deep, down into the corner it goes. Slaf is there. He throws it back across for Caufield, who, as Jake Allen mentioned on the broadcast, doesn't just one-time it right away. Cole Caufield holds it, he sees what options he has, and he exploits. That's the best part of the goal-scoring profile that Cole Caufield possesses. He is a lethal shooter, and he is not going to take any witnesses to his goal-scoring dominance here. He makes it 1-1. All it took was, 27 seconds for the Montreal Canadiens to tie this game? And then, just a few minutes later, on a 4-on-4 opportunity, guys are in the box, it's getting a little chippy. You have Phillip Danault that gets set up for a beautiful breakaway goal by Alex Carrier. The faceoff is won by Montreal. Carrier drives it up the wing. It deflects into the middle, and then Danault on the breakaway, deceptive as all heck. He fakes like he's gonna maybe make a pass or go top left, but no, he goes bottom right instead, right by the glove of Frederik Andersen. That is a terrible way to open up this hockey game for Frederik Andersen. Steady Freddy. You know, David Amber was on Sportsnet 650, Halford and Bruff in the morning yesterday here in Vancouver, and he said on his radio hit that one of the things the Canadiens are going to have to do that Philadelphia and Ottawa did not do in their series against the Canes was get under the skin of Frederik Andersen. They have to be in a position to challenge this guy's mental, give him a tough time with the shots, with the quantity, with the volume, and with the goals. And with the first 2 goals in this game, Montreal, they definitely put a little bit of fear into the heart of Steady Freddy. And that continued just 4 minutes later when Alexandre Texier gets his fourth goal of the playoffs, assisted by Phillip Danault. Danault goes across, Texier with the 1T, and it goes right by Frederik Andersen. What a way to open up this period for Phillip Danault. A goal and an assist. Montreal is up 3-1, and then the party continues further when Ivan Demidov gets his third goal of the playoffs. This is just 11 minutes in. It's the fifth goal scored in the game. Newhook throws it across, and that is Ivan Demidov in on a breakaway. He beats Frederik Andersen with the same move that he beat Frederik Andersen with earlier in the season. The forehand, backhand, forehand, and then he buries it right through. That is the first time Montreal has scored 4 goals in the first period in an away playoff game ever. At least that's the statistic I think that was said on the broadcast. It's a very baseball stat, honestly, not really the most specific thing out there, or excuse me, it's really specific, not the most general thing. However, that is all she wrote for the first period, because the next goal comes in the second, where Eric Robinson is able to take advantage of the shot that goes off the post on behalf of Cole Caufield. The Canes come back the other way, it's sent up on a breakaway, and then Robinson buries it up high over Jakub Dobes' shoulder. Cole Caufield literally almost made it 5-1 off of that shot that ripped off of the post. But as we have seen, consequences for missing the net, missing your open chance. Sometimes if the other team comes back with a spring-up rush, it can catch you lacking, and that's exactly what happened to Jakub Dobes for his second goal against in this hockey game. And then in the third period, 2 goals scored by Juraj Slafkovsky. The fifth goal of the playoffs for Slaf was absolutely nasty. Slafkovsky takes the puck, he comes in, he dangles right around his guy, and then buries it on Frederik Andersen. Oh my goodness, he just took the absolute lights out of Andrei Svechnikov. A total nasty move on behalf of Juraj. He set up the Cole Caufield goal to make it 1-1 in the first period. He then gets his goal in the third period to make it 5-2. And then he gets the empty net. 6-2. That's a 3-point game for Juraj Slafkovsky and a double goal game for him. Going over to the Canadiens and the guys who got points. Phillip Danault got 2 points. Cole Caufield got 2 points. Slafkovsky got 2 goals and an assist. You take a look at Nick Suzuki with 3 assists on the game. And Jakub Dobes, he stopped 25 of 27 total shots against, a .926 save percentage. Meanwhile, on the other end, steady Frederik Andersen, 5 goals against on 21 total shots. A save percentage that slowly had to improve over the course of the game because he let in 4 in the first period. What a way to open up this playoff series, man. The Montreal Canadiens storm Carolina, and they quiet this loud crowd immediately. There are a number of things you can talk about when it comes to the second and the third period. I do think Carolina did amp up the pressure in the second period, but it was just too little too late. By the time it's 5-2 in the third period, you really don't have anything else to learn from a game like this. So Montreal, they won this game in the first period, essentially. They took advantage of a rusty Carolina team, a D-core that just wasn't doing the work that they had been doing earlier. They were overly aggressive, they were pinching too hard, and these Canadiens guys, it resulted in multiple breakaways and multiple goals against. Not the way you want things to go if you're Carolina. And you know what they say? The series doesn't begin until the home team loses. Montreal wins game number 1 versus the Carolina Hurricanes. The final score is 6-2. I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about this opening game of the Eastern Conference Finals? I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.